Hey everyone, this is Scott. I wanted to show you how to sync your secrets between your vCluster and your host cluster. This is applicable when you're using a shared CRD running in your host cluster that you're sharing with your vClusters. So for instance, like if you're using ingress Nginx that's installed on your host cluster and you're sharing it with each of your vClusters, but you have secrets in those vClusters that need to interact with that ingress Nginx, you need to be able to sync those as well. So let's show that here really quick. And here we have our vCluster config file where we want to sync our ingress classes from our host and to our host. We're going to use the ingress classes of our Nginx ingress, but then also we're going to sync our secrets to our host cluster. This is going to be coming from our vCluster into our host cluster so that when we create our secrets in our vCluster, our host cluster can still see them. And in our case, we're going to say all of them just for simplicity. And now I'll create my vCluster. vCluster create secrets with my secrets namespace. I'm going to give it a file. My file, I'm going to send it. I'm calling it 2048 vCluster. And that's going to give me send in my configurations that I have there for syncing the ingress, but then also syncing those secrets from my vCluster back to my host cluster so that when the ingress is happening, because that ingress is being handled by the host cluster, but still operating and using in our vCluster as well. Right, now that our vCluster is created, we'll want to take a look at configuration, our manifest that we have going on here. We have a super simple service that is going to be deploying a container that's using the 2048 game. The 2048 game is going to be reachable by this ingress. And to set basic auth on this particular ingress, what we're going to do is we're going to say basic auth type. It's going to be an auth secret of basic auth, which we'll create here in a second. And it's going to make it this message here, authentication required. We can even say for you, right? And I'm going to come here and I'm going to say secrets.vclusterbox.com. And that should look good here. This will also create our namespace for game. So we'll say kubectl apply 2048 Kates. And that will kick off our process here that's going to create our service, our deployment, and then also our ingress. All right, now while that ingress is being created, let's create our secret as well. So I'm going to say kubectl create secret. There we go. And I'm going to create a generic secret. We're going to name it basic auth, which is what our manifest was looking for. The key here to remember is you need to make it the same namespace in the same namespace as our ingress. So our ingress was in the game namespace. So you want to set the namespace for our secret as game. We're going to set it from file, which we already created previously on our machine. So it's running in a file that's running locally on our machine. I'll hit create secret. And that should work. We'll check if we have our ingress. Our ingress is running. We can take our host here, go to my browser, and here I'm greeted by a message that says I need to sign in. I need to put in my username, my password. Again, this is just for basic auth. So I can say my username, my password, and I get access to my site. So that's how you set up a secret to do secret syncing between your vCluster and your host cluster.